Hi there, I'm Simon. This is English Coach, and thanks for being here with me today. Today, I'd like to talk to you about this advice that older people give to younger people, which is be yourself. We often get this advice before we go on first dates, when we go on job interviews, when we're meeting new friends or going to a new school. And I'd like to talk today a little bit about why it is wrong and almost absurdly wrong, ridiculously wrong. And the first reason I would like to share is it is something truly ironic for an adult to say to a younger person, a teenager, or a person in their early 20s, be yourself, when in fact the older person knows more about themselves than the younger person does, which means the older person can actually be themselves and the younger person cannot actually be themselves as much as the older person, because the older person has had more life experience, they have had more, let's say, a wider range of different experiences, some of which would have tested their personality and their capabilities and really given them a notion of who they really are. So it really does ring falsely when an older person says to a younger person, listen, my son or my daughter, or listen, friend or mate, just be yourself and everything will turn out for the best. I think this is incredibly humorous, in fact, when it's coming from people that actually have more of a notion about themselves. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they have had a lot of experience and they didn't actually learn anything from that, and that's why they're still giving this false advice, be yourself. But let's go back to the reason why young people don't actually know who they are, or they are still in the process of getting to know who they are. I would state the obvious here that we get to know ourselves through experiences, through bad experiences, through good experiences, and generally through a multitude of things, including the information that we most pay attention to, most absorb, the everyday experiences that we have with our parents, friends, family, other family, people that we don't know, conflicts. All of these things are actually developing who we are in that moment. We are almost in a constant state of learning when we are younger, and that's just a fact. The brain is much more plastic. There's physical evidence for that. There's physical evidence to state that our brains are more plastic when we're younger than when we are older. So we haven't consolidated. We haven't really made concrete that which we are. So it does ring really false when people say, "Oh, just be yourself." Okay, for young people, I think most young people will get a deeper sense of themselves from their experiences, so from their mistakes. So you could say, oh, if maybe the adult's rationale is, oh, if they are being themselves, then they will make the correct mistakes, as if there was such a thing, and therefore, develop slowly and wonderfully through life like that. But I personally think we should change the advice. I think the advice is false. And I think young people are given a raw deal, in my opinion. They're given a raw deal, and the advice should read, instead of be yourself, perhaps, it should read, uh, pay attention to and challenge your assumptions of who you think you are. Don't doubt yourself so much or be so overconfident from one event or from one response. Go through the experience, whether it is your first day at a new school, first date, the first day at a new job, whatever it is. Go through that experience and pay attention to how you're feeling, to the people around you. Pay attention to your biases or your assumptions and attempt to live outside of them. Attempt to not be controlled or weighed down by those limited assumptions, because you are still getting to know yourself. And even at 40 years old, I am still getting to know myself. I'm not fully developed yet. I have not become concrete in my sense of self, which I'm still trying to figure out if it is completely healthy or not. But that's the advice that I would give, and that's the advice that I would have liked to have received as a young person. Challenge your assumptions of who you think you are. Okay? That's my video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and if you're interested, check out some of my other videos and see if any of my ideas make sense for you. Thanks.